If you're still manually filling out content briefs, you're already falling behind to people like me. I've got automation workflows that help me skip all that repetitive work so I can focus my energy on execution and strategy. But I'm not selfish. I'll show you exactly how you can also get 20 content briefs done in the time it usually takes you to create just one, using a method most SEOs aren't aware of yet. Let's dive in. Alright, so to create these briefs, we'll be using RankUp's content briefs workflow. This workflow doesn't require any setup, more than one software, and it handles all the repetitive research that you normally do yourself. All you have to do in your site's workspace is come here to the content briefs section, pick the content topics you want to create the briefs for, and then click generate briefs. But before creating content briefs, you'll obviously need to do your foundational keyword research and get your SEO strategy in place. I've actually already got that covered and I barely did anything myself. For that, I used another one of RankUp's automation workflows. If you want to see how I got the entire strategy done in just 2 hours, check the video linked in the description below. Now coming back to the briefs workflow. Even though it's fast, easy to use and all that good stuff, what it actually does while generating to ensure quality is probably what you're thinking about right now. Here's how it works. The workflow begins with a deep analysis of the SERPs. First, it identifies the top competitors to learn from. Then it breaks the content down by analyzing structure, information gaps, common patterns, uniqueness, and more. After that, it examines their subtopic prioritization strategy. The subtopic prioritization analysis includes fetching each page's ranking keywords, comparing keywords against competitor content to identify how subtopics are integrated, and understanding prioritization strategies and the results. Now, this is where most SEOs stop at when doing SERP analysis, but RankUp doesn't stop here. To wrap up the SERP analysis, it also looks at competitors winning featured snippets to understand what did they do right to earn them. Once the SERP analysis is complete, RankUp's writer agent creates an outline based on all the insights gathered, using competitor outlines as inspiration. The outline includes key talking points to help ensure your content matches or exceeds the topical depth of competitors. Most SEOs would say that this is a quite solid outline already, but RankUp takes it a step further yet again. To finish off the outline, it also generates optimal direct answers below each heading, pulling competitor answers, including those ranking in featured snippets, and crafting improved versions optimized for RAG and LLM systems. The outline is then paired with a detailed checklist packed with actionable optimization suggestions and competitor examples, which completes the content brief. Since these 20 briefs will take around 10 to 20 minutes to generate, and it's only been a couple minutes, I'll go grab myself a quick coffee and knock out a few other tasks for the day. See you once the briefs are ready. Okay, so the content briefs are now ready. Let's take one as an example, just to see what it outputted. Let's take app bug report. All right. And there we go. So first we have the outline. So with the outline, we have like the H1, the H2s. Under each heading, we have also the direct answer, key talking points, and also the relevant secondary keywords that you can target within this section, right? So this is a bit more advanced of an outline. Already like some parts of the content have been already done for you. But now, besides the outline, right, with the content brief, you also get this optimization checklist. Here we have different types of optimization suggestions. Now let's take a quick look at what are these suggestions. First, we have the keywords checklist item. These checklist items basically tell you what subtopics to include within your content, and then also what subtopics to like prioritize and like how to prioritize them, and etc. But that's what you get with the keywords checklist item. Then the AI suggestions checklist item. So this basically provides you like all the SERP specific insights, like some common patterns and also some like information gaps and these kinds of insights, just to make sure that nothing has been left out of the checklist and all optimization suggestions are accounted for. Then we have the unique angle optimization suggestion. The name says it already itself, but this tells you like, okay, what kind of unique perspective or something like that you can add within your content to make it more original and differentiate from competitors' content. The next optimization suggestion that you will get, now in this checklist, it didn't generate this checklist item, but I'll still kind of go over what it would provide anyways. So with the AI overview, our system would do like a causality analysis, basically analyzes like how did the competitors engineers content get into that AI overview and then reverse engineers that into actionable steps that you can actually take yourself and also have the best chance of appearing in that AI overview. Next, we have the SEO best practices checklist items. This basically helps you make sure that all the SEO basics and the SEO fundamentals are also covered. If your basics are lacking, then your content is also lacking, and then most likely you won't do as well. Next, we have the SERP features checklist items. This has the same similar logic to its workflow like the AI overview checklist item. Does a causality analysis and then helps you identify okay, how can you get in these people also ask, answer boxes, sections, and so on, and whatever, depending on the SERP, of course. Finally, we have the outbound internal links and then inbound internal links. That would be good to insert within your content. So now, before we implement these checklist items, we would recommend to actually draft an article, and you can do that with RankUp's writer agent, which is integrated into this content brief. So there's no separate writer agent you have to go to or anything like that. Now, regarding the writer agent, there will be a separate video regarding that coming out soon, but for now I'll quickly draft the article and then we can move on with the checklist and actually implementing some insights there. All right, catch you guys in a bit. Okay, so we got the article now drafted. Now, usually we recommend to actually start implementing the checklist items, right? So let's take let's open the checklist right here, all right? There's a lot of different checklist items and you can implement, right? And of course, if you have any yourself, you can add and etc. But I would personally usually start from the basics, right? So getting some of these SEO best practices covered, right? So let's pick one as an example. Let's provide more details per section, right? So let's see what this has, right? Okay, for the section on how to capture, provide a step-by-step breakdown, emulate the clarity, and visual aids. Let's give this. So here you also see a bit of a sneak peek of the writer agent, as you also saw a little bit in when I was drafting the full article. But so basically, I'll add this to chat. We have different modes and etc. But for this, I'll use semi-auto. I want to have a bit more control, so I'll send that on its way. Alright, so here we have all the different okay, how to make each of these sections that you recommend in more detail. Should be good to go. I'll approve and execute. So, and now it's implementing. Okay, and just like that, we have 12 sections now edited and now made more specific, right? And just like that, 12 sections. Here, if we look at, right, okay, so we have, so as you see, made it much more detailed than it was before. Looks good to me, so I'll keep that, all right? You can change the views. I like this view a bit more. Looks good to me. Yeah, much more detailed than it was before, so I'll just keep. Okay, and let's see this one. All right. Okay, yeah, these all look quite good, so you can all just, you don't have to go click them one by one, right? If you agree with all of them, or most of them, you can just put keep all here, and then as you see now, a much more detailed blog. Basically, with all the other checklist items, you'll probably do kind of the same thing, right? So for time's sake, I'm not going to show all of these, but yeah, essentially you can just add to chat, right? And then you have comments underneath each checklist item actually explaining what to do, how to do it well, or why to do it. Also gives examples, and yeah, and then for convenience, you also have the content brief optimization suggestions right here on the side of the content. You don't always have to go to the checklist item. You can just also simply from here and then implement them with the writer agent. So however you want to do it, right? And yeah, but that's basically what you get with RankUp's content brief. If you want to get tasks like content briefs out of the way faster so you can focus more of your time and energy on execution, DM me briefs on LinkedIn or Twitter and I'll send you a 7-day free trial code ASAP. Links to my socials are in the description. SEOs who want to move fast, act fast. Until next time, take care.